The Summer Garden is located at the banks of Moika River. It was founded in 1704 by Peter the Great, who was personally involved in planning it. At the entrance to the garden, there is Caprier Pond. There have always been a lot of swans swimming in the pond. At the edge of the pond, there is an Elfdelusky vase. It was a present from the Swedish king Karl XIV as a peace offering to the Emperor Nikolai I. The summer garden did not take its name from the season, but from some of the early flowers that were planted there, letniki, or annual flowering plants. This is a sculpture of Diana, the goddess of wild animals and the hunt. One of her jobs was to bring out the moon. Some days she brought the whole moon, some only a piece of it. It depended upon her mood. She was also Apollo's twin sister. In the ancient mythology, Apollo was recognized as a god of the sunlight, poetry, prophecies, healing, and more. The sculpture of Night was made in 1717 in Italy. This young woman is covered with a veil decorated with stars. The night is full of knowledge here. This is King Midas. Midas was a wealthy king who ruled the country of Phrygia. Money was his obsession. One day, he did a favor to Dionysus, god of celebrations. Dionysus was so much grateful to Midas that he promised to satisfy any wish Midas had. Midas said, "I hope that anything I touch becomes gold." First, Midas was very happy, as anything he touched became gold. So King Midas threw a feast, but he wasn't able to eat anything, because all the food he touched became golden, being scared to starve to death. He begged Dionysus to take this gift away. Dionysus felt sorry for Midas, so he told Midas to wash in the river Pactolus. The gift left Midas, but some pieces of gold can still be found in the river Pactolus. Nereids are sea nymphs. The man of the sea had 50 daughters, Nereids. They symbolize everything that is beautiful and kind about the sea. Goddess Aurora was the goddess of dawn in Roman mythology. Aurora flies across the sky every morning, announcing the arrival of the sun. Later on, she was mentioned in the world-famous poem Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. But also soon, as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from the light steals home my heavy sun. Flora is a Roman goddess of flowers and of the season of spring, a symbol of nature. Flora is also the main character of the ballet The Awakening of Flora, staged in 1895 Mariinsky Theatre in St. Petersburg. Minerva is the Roman goddess of wisdom, strategic warfare, justice, law, and victory. Minerva is not a patron of violence such as Mars, but of defensive war only. In literature, Minerva is mentioned in Odysseus. There she helps and protects Odysseus multiple times. There were more than 50 fountains in the summer garden in 1736, but now there are only 8 left. Several natural disasters such as floods came over St. Petersburg, which destroyed most of the fountains and sculptures. This is the allegorical sculpture of mercy. The young woman holds the book of law and finishes the writing, which says, "Justice condemns the criminal. but mercy gives grace. This is a sculpture of allegory of justice. The sword Lady Justice is holding is the symbol of punishment for doing wrong. The sword with its blade facing down shows the victory of warrior over his enemies. The sculpture of allegory of truth shows one of the greatest virtues. Truth is shown as a woman standing on the planet Earth. In the right hand, she holds the sun, the symbol of light and education. In the left hand, she holds the book of human fate. In the times of Peter the Great, education was the main part of life. Nobody could become successful without it. The light of the open truth could change somebody's destiny. Menagerie Pond was built to show the variety of water birds. The water pavilion was used for diplomatic meetings or for meditation by the emperors. Summer garden nymph is leaning on the high stump with leaves and flowers growing all over it.